Hey guys, it's Lani. Welcome back to episode 9 of the PokeHaven Community Podcast. As always, I am joined by my co-hosts Luke and Riley. What?
It was a bit behind the mic because guess what? Mine froze for a second.
Yeah. Hello. Good evening. Good morning.
Whatever it is, wherever you guys are listening in the world.
Whatever it is, wherever you guys are. Happy Christmas.
Hope all well.
Hope we're all doing good. We'll quickly go over the news, and then these two want to chat about some stuff that happened over the last few days. They're both excited, more excited than I am.
48 hours.
48 hours. So
no, don't have to be specific.
Yeah, just don't have to be specific at all. So let's just do this. Monday's Pokemon Go Season of Discovery. It looks like dealing has been added into the game. A few people were a bit hit or miss on that. It started on the 1st of June. The session starts off with the Reggies. Some people were a bit iffy on those because apparently they'd been out before. They would like to see something new. During this season, Pokemon will change. So in cities, Alolan, Rattata, Magnemite, and Porygon will appear more. So in Forest, Bellsprout, Dojo, and Skorupi will appear more. Mountains, Rhyhorn, Nosepass, and Dwebble. And near more water, Magikarp, Marill, Wailmer will appear. So a lot of region-specific stuff as well. Like Northern Hemisphere gets Alolan, Diglett, Staryu, Barboach, Petalil, Trico, Torchic, Mudkip, Summer Form Dealing, Sableye, Scyther, and Combee. And then for people down in my neck of the woods, Alolan Sandshrew, Alolan Vulpix, Shelter, Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup, Winter Form Dealing, Lickitung, Chimecho, and Cubchoo. So very weather-specific.
I forgot Dwebble was a thing.
I didn't forget Crustle was a thing, but I forgot.
No, it's just Dwebble.
Yeah.
And Petal. No. Dwebble was the little hermit crab that evolved into Crystal. Remember Crystal, the big block on top of a crab?
Okay, I know what we're at.
Yeah, I can show you a photo. I'll just Google it on my phone. But it's a little hermit crab.
And then I forgot Petalil was a thing. What does Petalil evolve into?
Lilligant.
Oh.
Lilligant, yeah.
Look at him. He's just happy to be in existence.
Yeah, he's a happy little bean, little Dwebble.
Yeah.
And then different Pokemon will also be appearing in eggs. For 2 kilometer eggs, Metatype, Buizel, Spritzy, and Swirlix. 5... Bully! For 5 kilometer eggs, Togepi, Gligar, Skarmory, and Bonsly and more will appear. 10k eggs, Timber, Rufflet, Goomy, Noibat, and more will appear from 10 kilometer eggs if you hatch them. Cranido, Shieldon, Skrelp, Clauncher, and more will be hatching from 5 kilometer Adventure Sync eggs. I have no idea what that means. And from 10 kilometer Adventure Sync eggs, Bagon, Beldum, Gibble, Riolu, and more will hatch from those as well. So lots happening in...
Yeah. A lot of screen time at the minute, isn't he?
Gibble had a community day.
Yes, Gibble had Community Day that's just gone past, so let us know down below in the video of this if you guys, how many shiny Gibbles you guys caught, because I would love to know. I didn't get any because nothing spawns where I live. Gotta love older neighborhood districts, am I right? It's fantastic.
I'm always confused. Well, not always. I'm just confused of why Timber is a 10 kilometer egg. Because it's not like Timber is, oh my god, I can't believe I got a Timber type Pokemon.
Yeah, I would have thought.
Make sense? Oh,
yeah,
stupid.
No, I thought that would be like maybe 5. 10 kilometer eggs. It tends to be like, obviously, I think I got a Porygon. I've gotten Dratini from a 10 kilometer egg before. Like it'd probably be. I would have thought it'd be stuff that's more higher up, or dragons. Pokemon tend to be in the 10 kilometer eggs when I hatch them, anyways. And then, speaking of Pogo, they announced Galarian Slowpoke was getting added to the game on June the 8th.
Oh my god, watch this space, everyone. The Slowpoke game is going mobile.
Leave Slowpoke. Slowpoke's amazing. Slowpoke is like...
Lani Redemption arc, go after that. Slowpoke, whoa.
No.
Let's do it, everyone. This video, comment and subscribe. If you take the hunt should go to Pogo.
No, I suffered, alright?
Everyone.
I suffered
Slowpoke
with Galarian.
Pokemon.
I suffered with Galarian Slowpoke, okay? 10,165 total encounters for that thing to turn yellow. That was not worth how many months I was looking for that whatsoever. And there go the dogs, because the postman's here. And then Pokemon Sword and Shield Season 9 rules were announced. The rule set returns an ability of restricted Pokemon, so no more legendaries.
I'm excited for this.
Yep, when the 18th season of Pokemon Sword and Shield rank battles come to an end, rewards will go live. To get them, you need to change your rank battle, the usual shtick. But yeah, no more Ubers running all over the place, which will be nice. That's what the term for legendary and restricted Pokemon is on competitive.
I thought we were talking about Pokemon taxis.
Imagine if that was a thing.
Oh my god.
That would be
Pokemon
the funniest. That would be funny. But you know, that's what they call. What's the terminology for restricted and legendary Pokemon? They're called Ubers. So like most of your legendaries in there, restricted Pokemon. Back in the day, some Megas were as well, like Mega Blaziken, because of its speed boost. The good old days. And then a new online competition was announced called the Fair and Square Competition.
That's the legendaries one.
Yeah, that is a single battle competition that allows for you to run standard rules using only Pokemon the Galar, Pokedex, Crown Tundra, and Isle of Armor, as well as other Pokemon available such as Incineroar, but goes further with the blocks. It blocks all legendary Pokemon, including sub-legendary Pokemon such as Articuno, Landorus, Tapu Koko, Naganadel, and so on. All players who enter get 50 BP. Registration is open now to the 17th of June till midnight your local time. Battles will run from the 18th to the 20th of June. So I'm not sure if I'll take part in that. It does seem interesting. I'm already plotting. I'm like, Garchomp. I like using Garchomp.
Yeah, Garchomp's gonna be a presence, man.
Yeah. Any of the dragon Pokemon. Dragapult.
Oh, there's gonna be Dragapult everywhere.
Yeah, well, because he's one of the...
Doing it and I'm not.
Well, because he's one of the... Dragapult with base speed, it's one of the hardest to outspeed without an item. Like, if you take away, like, Regieleki and other Pokemon, like, it's one of the fastest, like, non-legendaries now. It's, like, 140 base speed. So, it's going to be pretty hard to outspeed. So, I imagine to see a lot of Dragon types running around in that competition. But we'll see. And then Friday, Pokemon Sword and Shield Max Raid event in the Wild area. The Wild area has now shifted. Within the next few days, Pokemon themed around frogs will be available with shiny Politoed. I think Dylan caught one. Dylan caught a shiny one.
Dylan's already got one, I believe, yeah.
Of course he did. It's Dylan. He gets shinies more than I do sometimes. He got his Dragapult this morning. I woke up and I was scrolling Twitter. And I was like, oh nice. He got it. He got the spoopy dragon. And obviously, just to wrap up the news for this week, the Pokemon Go Community Day, as we mentioned before, was Gibble. I hope you guys got a bunch of shinies, some maybe shiny hundos if you're lucky. And during the event, if you evolve Gabite into Garchomp, it will get Earth Power, so make sure you evolve those Gibbles.
Oh, cool.
Yes, apparently that's a really, really good move, so make sure you're evolving all your Gibbles, and that's about it for this week. So, like, nothing too different normal, which is, like, just a lot of Pogo news and other things like that, so...
I'm surprised nothing about Pokemon Masters was a thing.
I think...
Like, it seems to have been quiet this week.
Oh, because it was the, it's the Ancient Brawl, so the Archie and Maxie event was still going. So that's been mostly what that's been about this week, so nothing too different. Because I was having a look, it's like, yeah, that event's still going. It's been quite a big event. I know one of my mods managed to pull all three, managed to get Maxie, Archie, and then Zinnia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he got all of them. So I was like, you little heck. He's like, my luck's returned.
I know, I already have Zinnia from last time, but I don't have Archie or Maxie yet. So...
Will your luck return, maybe?
That's if I only playing the game. But I'm tempted because that trio of Pokemon is very cool. So, maybe?
Maybe, it might be worth pulling some gems on that, so... Alright, that's the news done. Now, do you two want to go on about stuff? Riley.
Up to you.
Yeah.
Our merch came out.
It did! It's very, very exciting stuff.
Yeah.
And a few people have already got a bit of the merch already. Which is exciting and very, very nerve-wracking. So thank you to those that have got it already. I'm sure if you haven't already, I'm sure that there's going to be a link to it in the description if you're watching on YouTube. So go and check it out if you haven't already. There's you're better off explaining what's there because My brain's dead.
There's clothes, everyone. We have clothes.
Sugar. Put up the collection.
It is Pride Month, so we have Pride Wooloos.
Yes, there are Pride Wooloos all over the place. We have a standardized Pride Wooloo merch. We've got one, and then we have two specific ones. We've got one for our transgender and our pansexual members of the community, and we've also got retro-themed PokeHaven merch, and we've also got Shiny Squad merch for all you shiny hunters out there. There you go. The Pride merch will be available for the rest of June for Pride Month. Happy Pride Month to all our LGBTQIA plus community members. Yeah. All the money that's made from the Pride merch will be donated to the Trevor Project, so you're getting cool merch and you're helping a good cause, so make sure you get it while you can. And then we've got some new stuff coming out in July, so we're excited for that. We're finalising all that real soon. Like, Riley's all excited, he's bopping his head.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I can't wait.
I'm scared what's going to happen with the sales of those things, I'll be honest.
Rileyy, your designs are fantastic, stop stressing.
You guys are really going to like the July designs as well. They're going to be great. So, I hope you do anyway. I am in love with them.
They are amazing because Rileyy does amazing work. So, he's made all the merch. And if you guys do get some, please tweet it at the PokeHaven Twitter so we can like and retweet and show everybody. Because I'm hoping to get mine to this at where I am now before.
Oh, spoilers. Spoilers, everyone. Spoilers.
You want to talk about it now because you've been itching to say something.
Lani's moving.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yes. As of 2 days ago, Hayden and I said yes to a small flat, 2-bedroom flat. So we'll be moving in 2 weeks.
Woo!
I am excited. I am nervous, and I am ready to be out of this broom closet that I call an office.
The smiles on Lani's face right now. You guys can't see it. We can.
No. We're gonna have a streaming room.
Yeah.
It's gonna be filled with nerdy stuff. It's gonna be great.
Yes.
We're proud of you, Lani.
Thank you. I have somewhere to put all these because there's Sora lying up in his box.
Context: Lani's pointing at nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
But it's coming. The push for partner is coming, everyone.
No.
We've waited so long.
No.
And Disney has finally sided with us and has given us a date for the release of the movie, Lani Push for Partner.
No.
Coming to a screen near you, August 2021. Stay tuned.
Twitch.tv/Lani_.
Tickets now. Limited time screenings. 70+ tickets to be sold. It's gonna be great.
No, I will. I will.
Partner, Lani.
I will get there, don't worry. But I'm really excited. Like, it's a really nice, comfy flat. Like, you guys have seen the pictures. I've sent them through. It's really nice. I remember when we first pulled up, I was kind of like, eh. And then I walked in, I was like, oh, it is good. Like, it's a really, really comfy place. And not too bad. Just a few things need fixing. That's about it.
That kind of thing, minus the fixing bit, that kind of happened with us with this place, didn't it? Like, we saw the building, it was like, interesting. Well, I saw it first. And I was like, interesting. And I went in, I was like, this is a lot more spacious than it looked like on the pictures. So yeah, probably a similar thing. It's just I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
It's gonna be fun. Gonna be excited to see what you do with it. And yeah.
Yeah, I have lots of plans already, but the few things I just need to fix is some light bulbs and then the air conditioner. It's nothing too major. There's a funny story though. There's a back fence where the flat is, and it's like wood panels, and half of it is falling apart, the other half's okay. And like, we both know, Hayden and I both noticed it, and we said to the agent, like, are we able to get that sorted? And then he had quite the tale for us. He's like, oh, about that. So there's a neighbor behind you, this elderly gentleman, and basically they can't fix the fence because it's on his property line a little bit, the place he's renting, and he's fully firmly just said, no, leave the fence alone, even though it's like falling apart. And the rest of the property's got all ColourBond, like green ColourBond steel fence, but just this one back lot, it's just all this wood, and they can't change it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that, because Hayden's like, well, if they won't do it, I'm just going to put some mesh over it. And the agent said that's fine, because there's legally nothing they can do, but it's really frustrating. It's half a fence.
Mesh will be fine. Like,
yeah.
When I lived with my parents before, we had a fence situation. We had to get it fixed because we had, my parents still do, dog was living with us at the time, a border collie called Molly, she's adorable, and she liked jumping up at the fence to look at the dog next door. And with the gap, we run the risk of Molly just running into the garden. So we had to put mesh up, supported by bits of the fence that were falling apart. So yeah, just be prepared to see the mesh fall, unless Hayden puts it up properly, which I'm sure.
Oh, he'll probably put it up properly, but the agent's also given us the guy if we wanted just to board up some extra panels because, like, unless the neighbor can come to an agreement, they legally can't tear the fence down and build a new one.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of trying to coexist. I didn't see my other neighbors. I know one side there's a family, and then the other side I'm not too sure on. So you were right there, Riley.
I love how Lani's the physical embodiment of this person being like.
Yeah, my thing, Lord.
Well, it's just more so like it looks so weird because it's literally all green colorbond metal fence, and then there's just this one bit where it's like rotted
Oh my
wood.
god. It's the opening of Up.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I love it. What? How do you think that?
Because like when she said it's just this one bit and everything else is fine, it just made me think of Carl Fredrickson's house amongst all of the rubble. And this guy desperately wants to buy it, and then in the end, after he donks that person on the head, the guy just comes up to the fence and just goes on top of it like, "This is mine now." And that's going to be Hayden when he claims it with this mesh. And this neighbour just be like,
Lani, you should check to see if your new neighbour has a square head.
I will if I see him. I didn't see any of my neighbors when we were there, but I know like the agent said there's a family to the right of us, and then the left I'm not too sure, and then the people that own the flat we live in, they live in the house up front, so we'll probably meet them the day we move in because that's going to be a busy day of trucks dropping stuff off to us, which will be good. So it's not much packing to do though.
How the Fredricksons are. How are the Fredricksons doing, Lani? How are they doing? It's exciting.
It's very exciting. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good change for he and I to be in our own space and be doing our own thing and all that sort of thing. So, but anyways, as we mentioned, it's Pride Month. So happy Pride Month to everybody that's listening in on it. So it's been good. I've seen a lot of my friends like on Twitter and stuff like that. I wouldn't say like coming out, but just like embracing who they are. It's really nice to see. Like I feel like people should be comfortable in their own skin. I feel like that's what Pride Month is about for a lot of them, because of the rest of the year it's kind of like some people are like, oh, we don't want to see that, like put it away, which I don't think anyone should have to be in that position at all to hide who they are or that sort of thing. So
I think it's just important to say, like, especially in a month like this, people listening, whether you're out, not, or questioning shit, you're still valid regardless. Like, there's no one way of living or like, you don't have to show everyone like you are a certain way. As long as you're comfortable with who you are, that's what matters.
Yeah.
So that's important for people to remember.
Yeah.
When did I first come out to the internet, so to speak? I think it
was technically last year because you had your first Pride last year.
My first technical Pride as an out man was last year.
How'd you feel?
Exciting. Like when I first I first said to people that I was bi. I didn't know I was actually pan. Which confused your lovely brain, didn't it?
I didn't. Confusion isn't the right word.
What would you say is the right word then, Riley? Because I'm not sure how comfortable you are talking about your own journey.
Bitterly disappointed.
So technically and happily, I'm a pansexual man. But when I first came out to people, both people I knew and online as well, it was a sense of, well, kind of relief, but kind of I knew that I was this way anyway. It's not like I realised there and then, because I knew for a long time. It's just a case of, okay, other people are going to know now. And I knew online it wasn't going to be that much of a problem, because a lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people that I was in a friendship circle with were very accepting of the fact. Pretty much everyone, thankfully. It was just when I first started coming out to people that I knew in real life, that was a terrifying moment, because even though it wasn't in the end, it was always a self-thought of, I don't know how people are going to react.
Man,
I don't know. I don't know like what they're gonna think. They've known me as this person. I'm still the same person, but they've known me to be this way.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden when they find out I'm this way, are they gonna treat me differently? The funniest thing will always be, and you was on call for this, right? When I first told my mum and my stepdad.
Oh, it was so funny.
Story time.
My mum and my stepdad that I was pansexual, and their instant response was, "We know." And I was like, "What?" And
Yeah.
apparently it's just one of those things that they could just tell. And my stepdad said, "I'm a very observant, and we've known for many, many years that you're not straight, and it's perfectly cool." And like them laughing about the fact of like, "Why are you worried?" They weren't laughing at me. We were all laughing at the situation.
Yeah.
And it was a very cool conversation because there were jokes being made in light-hearted ways, just to have fun. And it was like, "Oh yeah, we knew." Like it was obvious, and it was just such a fun conversation. I know. I joke about it. I know that like, not everyone has it that easy coming out to people, but regardless of what your experience is, like I said, it's still valid and it still matters.
Yeah.
As long as you're happy with yourself, that's what matters.
Yeah.
But I was lucky.
Yeah, you were the lucky few, and I already had an inkling that you weren't. I was just like, I bet he'll tell me when he's ready, but I knew you weren't. I knew you weren't.
Like,
just the way, like when we were in like voice calls and stuff, and then just the way you behaved around Rileyy back in the day when you two were still figuring things out. I was like, this is gonna happen. I'm gonna have to put them
I
in.
got a message. I made the mistake of liking his hashtag bisexual men do exist. And then he messaged me and he was just like, well, what do you think? And I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But you've just put yourself in a box, so have fun with that.
Yeah, that was when you thought like, oh well, that's not gonna happen.
Well, no, because it implies that like your preference,
Yeah.
but then it's excluding the wider preference.
Yeah, and that wasn't me. What is me is I like people based on personality rather than gender. So it's, but I didn't know that at the well. I knew that, but I didn't know how to explain it.
Yeah, it's one of those things with sexuality. It's a discovery and a journey you have to do yourself. No one can really tell you how to feel or what you're feeling. Like, you've got to figure it out for yourself. And at the end of the day, like, you still love people. It's just a matter of, I think, for some people, it's just putting a label on it.
Yeah.
It's that whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Labels aren't needed anyway. That's my personal opinion. They don't need,
of course,
a label. They don't need a label to explain to people if they ask. But I know that some people, like, when they hear a label, it's like, oh, okay, like that. I know more about who you are now. But
it's one aspect of who you are.
Yeah, but I don't think it needs to have a name for it. I think it's just a case of people are the way they are, and they'll end up being with and liking whoever they end up liking. That's just how it is. And like identity as well, they end up being who they want to be. There shouldn't be. I know they're named for it, and that's fine, but it shouldn't have to have labels.
Yeah, it shouldn't have to, but I feel like if it does, people are a bit more comfortable understanding, because then they can go and look certain things up, or like they're like, oh, I know what that means. So, like you said, not everyone has to have labels. A lot of people don't. When it comes to what they choose to identify their sexuality as, and that's totally up to them. Like, that's just, I think it's just a societal thing just to put a label on it so people can better relate if they aren't like that sexuality, or they're trying to better understand if it's a family member, a friend, like they try to better understand that person as a whole if they could put a name to it. I think that's my thought on it anyways. So
yeah.
All right, Rileyy B, what about you?
Oh, what's the specific question?
We're just like talking about like ourselves and like our journeys with like figuring out who we are in terms of sexuality. The face.
The thinking face.
The thinking face, Rileyy B. If you're comfortable telling your story, it's up to you.
I don't really have one, I'll be honest. Yeah. I don't really have one, because I think for the community that I'm part of, it's always that comment of, okay, you're transitioning, which means you're automatically gay, because there's that stigma of you've transitioned, you want to be with a guy even though you now identify as a guy. Why did you transition in the first place? or you're transitioning and therefore you're automatically gonna start flirting and want to be with the opposite sex. And then some
I don't
people
think
are like,
it's-
okay, well that
yeah.
makes you gay. And then other people are like, oh, okay, no, actually that makes sense. So
I
there's
don't
a
think
lot
it's
of-
so black and white though. Like, I think
No, it's
That's the box that people put it in, though.
Yeah,
Which is
that's-
the most annoying and frustrating thing.
Yeah, well, that's the thing though. Like with anything as complex as like when it comes to emotions and like sexuality and everything, you can't just put people in a box. Like people are allowed to feel the way they want to feel and identify who they want to identify. At the end of the day, if it's not personally affecting you or your way of life, what does it matter? You're not hurting anybody. Like people, you get one lifetime on this rock that we call Earth. You should be allowed to be who you want to be, love who you want to love, and live the life you want to live. If you're not, like, obviously you're not doing anything illegal, breaking the rules or anything like that, but I don't understand why people think they can judge somebody when they've never walked in their shoes. You don't know what someone's going through till you've been in the same predicament. Even then, circumstances are different. Like, I don't understand why you have to be put in a box for something when it comes to something like love. And I feel like a lot of people that are in the community, they go through that because society has come a long way from many, 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 many years ago, but there's still room for progression. Like, we're not fully there yet to fully accept people.
Well, there's
Not
always
entirely.
something new to learn. You know what I mean? There's always, and that's a good thing. But if so long as we've always got something new to figure out and to learn, not just about ourselves but about other people in the world, we'll always move forward in that sense. The scary thing will be when we run out of things to learn. Then we're fucked.
I mean, we're always going to have something to learn because apparently there might be aliens now that live under the ocean.
What?
So, have you not heard about the UFO inquiry? There have been UFO sightings, and the government are now doing like an official investigation into it.
Did somebody say segue?
No, it's okay. Before we go into that, I did right stuff. Just like a generic, okay, here's this spill the tea kind of shit. Even if you don't want to be involved in the conversation, one of the teeniest, tiniest things that you can do as part of Pride Month, if you don't want to like change Discord server icons, share tweets, all that, woohoo, the easiest and most simplest things you can do is ask your community, tweet out what your pronouns are, so that someone else that may not be comfortable being like, oh, hi, I identify as this, then has that open kind of, okay, I'm not then going to be put into a box. People are going to know what to kind of title me. One of the best tweets I've seen so far is someone who works in an office space and has wanted to come out but didn't feel like they had a safe space to do so. And they joined a work colleague on a Zoom call, and that work colleague, as part of Pride, started adding, instead of just their username, put their pronouns in alongside them.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's just...
It's the little things, isn't it?
Of things.
It's just the little. It's just the littlest things like that. I know for a fact, for those who don't know, someone made a Twitch extension that allows you to display your pronouns.
Really?
Yeah, I have it on my chat because I have quite a few people in my stream that are LGBTQIA and identify other than like he, him pronouns. So I've got that installed. So I can probably link that down below for anyone that's interested that streams on Twitch. It's quite simple to set up. It doesn't work through like OBS chat at the moment, but if you look on your dashboard, it'll display pronouns for people that have that extension enabled, and you'd be surprised how many people actually have that going now. So I'll leave that link down below for anyone that is interested, so you guys can set that up. I have that on my channel, and it's great because people feel a lot more comfortable, because they tell me, I'm like, oh, I've got the extension on, you didn't have to tell me, you're all good, and they say how happy they are that I've done that, and it's like, it's all good, like, I installed it the minute I found out about it because I have quite a few people. I said they're in that community, and I myself, I am bisexual, so I understand.
Woo!
Why'd you do woo? You've known for a while.
I don't know. We should be proud of who we are.
Yeah, I'm proud of who I am. Like, I'm comfortable with it. Like, I wouldn't say I'm out in the sense like I'm always like talking about it or have like anything displaying about it, like that sort of thing. But like, if people ask, I tell them. But at the end of the day, like, it doesn't change who I am. Like, I'm comfortable with it. My partner's comfortable with it. Like, it's never been something in my life that's come up that's a massive issue or anything like that. So I'm happy. So that's all that really matters to me at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So what's this about? Oh, segue now. What's this about aliens, Rileyy?
Yes. So, throughout the course of 2020, 2021, apparently there have been various different UFO sightings and alien sightings. And there was a big piece of news about it a couple of weeks ago where I believe they got a UFO on camera, and the insert government name here kind of glossed over it, and then a load of people started demanding an actual inquiry into it. And now there is an actual inquiry going into it, and apparently it didn't come from the sky, it came from underneath the water. Yeah.
Is this UK or America or elsewhere?
I don't know where it is. It's not the UK. It's definitely not the UK. We ain't got crap.
I mean, we're surrounded by water.
Nobody wants to come to the UK. And
Yeah.
so
Probably,
It's
I
not-
would say the US. They're
I'll see
quite
if I can find it.
intrigued.
Yeah, you can find the story.
But I have been listening to people talk about it, and yeah, it's very interesting.
How-
When it comes to go on.
No, I was gonna say, what do they been saying exactly? Because I don't believe in that, like aliens. Now I'm just genuinely curious. Curiosity would be the death of me one of these days.
UFOs are about to make their way to the US Senate. Here's what you need to.
I knew it was the US. I knew it.
The unclassified report compiled by the Director of National Intelligence and Secretary of Defense aims to make the public aware of what the Pentagon knows about unidentified flying objects and data analyzed from such encounters. In August, the Department of Defense established, insert name here, blah, blah, blah. Ah, yes, there was a leaked video from the Navy of what appears to be a UFO. It's described as a little white tic-tac looking object.
Tic-tac.
Tic Tacs.
It moved erratically, the pilot said.
Okay.
Okay.
It
That
started
does-
in 2007, but it only became recent when these things started appearing more and more.
Okay, that doesn't definitively prove anything, in my opinion.
Ah, Lani, you need to watch the videos. It's very interesting. Just imagine the aliens that come to Earth will be the freaking weight loss aliens from Doctor Who. The adipose, the little white tic tacs.
Oh, yeah.
I've never
Wow, I
watched.
saw that in a long time.
I've never watched Doctor Who. I've never watched Doctor Who in my life.
You what? Right, okay, I'm going to show you what an adipose looks like, because the moment they said it was a white tic tac looking object, I was like, right, okay, David Tennant, Catherine Tate, where you at?
Doctor Who is, again, something I haven't watched in a long time, sure. But it's something I've watched a lot.
I don't think I could really
a
get
long time.
into Doctor Who just because there was so many seasons and they change doctors all the time. I just actors. I get so confused. Oh my
Look
god!
out,
It looks
Lani.
like a Tic Tac.
He's coming to get you.
I
Oh.
remember that episode now. I remember the episode
Yes,
so
the
clearly.
windows. Oh, Lani, I've got to show you the scene later. Cool. It's the one where David Tennant knocks on the window and Catherine Tate looks across, and there's like they're having a really important meeting in the middle, and then these two people, David Tennant, Catherine Tate, are having a conversation, and it's just like David Tennant's just like, and she's just like.
So, for context, to the audio, there was mouthing and actions. Mate. It makes sense if you watch the episode,
It's-
but
Everyone knows what I'm on about when I just say,
Yeah.
right, Catherine Tate, David Tennant,
window.
window.
I think any Doctor Who fans out there should comment down below if they know what Riley's talking
Yes.
about. I'd love to. I'd
Do
love
it,
to read it.
Julie.
Yeah,
Julie.
Julie. She's a massive Doctor Who fan. She's like, you have never watched it? I was like, I know I've committed a grave sin. She's like, yes, you have. I was like, eek, I need to hide. It's just not my cup of tea when it comes to TV shows, I'll be honest.
I wanted to keep talking about aliens because I remembered of a story.
Oh,
A sad story. It's a thing that actually happened. And it's something that I always remember when aliens are mentioned because it was something that my oldest brother showed me once. And he can be a bit of a conspiracy nut sometimes. Take that what you will. But there was a recording of, it was a local American radio show. I can't remember what state it's in. But there was a segment talking about extraterrestrial life, and UFO sightings and all that. And a caller, they were getting calls in for people to talk about their experiences and everything. And there was a caller who called in. He had a very frantic voice to him, saying that he was an ex-employee in Area 51. And the reason he left and the reason he ended up calling on this specific day with the panic voice is because saying that the US government are trying to do all this kind of shenanigans about the US population, some about aliens coming and making sure they end up controlling everything. All this proof that he had, and as he was going into more detail, the caller got disconnected, the radio went down for a brief moment of time. After a few minutes, it managed to come back up again. The caller was disconnected and never heard from again from that radio, and they couldn't call him back, and then the radio was back on air. So loads of conspiracy theorists say that
the government,
whoever was listening, decided to basically shut it down so he couldn't spread the message. So whether or not that's true, but there is a clip on it. A lot of people probably know what I'm on about if they like alien stuff. But you can easily find it. Just search, I don't know, alien radio call America, I don't know, on YouTube, and you'll get a clip of it. And it's subtitled as well, so you know what's being said. And yeah, it's quite a listen. It's quite something. Because just from hearing that story, you think, oh, okay. But then you hear the call, and it's like, maybe.
Well, there's a lot of theories out there about what goes on in Area 51. I think it plays into, like, mysteries and stories and, like, the lore of it, because it's such an unknown area, and the fact they want to keep it so secret, it makes you wonder what's actually going on.
The fact that they managed to keep it secret for this long, like, what goes down, what actually happens there.
To what lengths will they keep secrets?
Well, exactly. And at the end of the day, I kind of don't want to know.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to know either.
I don't think I would be happy knowing, because whatever's there is being kept secret for a reason. And I don't want to know that secret. I'm happy not knowing.
Riley seems to be like,
I mean, if I can't watch Shaun of the Dead or any of those films, so
Shaun of the Dead's a comedy film.
Wait, what's a comedy?
Shaun of the Dead. It's a British film, which is, you can't describe it as a parody because
it's the shit out.
Simon Pegg is the one of the main actors, and Nick Frost. It's that duo, and when they described it once, they said that it was never meant to be a parody. It was just a like a film with serious moments and comedy aspects. Shaun of the Dead is about a main character called Shaun, who is just casually living his day-to-day life and doesn't notice straight away there's a zombie apocalypse.
He goes to work very angry every single day, and it's the same clip that the introduction of the film.
Yeah.
But progressively in the background, more and more things start going wrong.
Yeah.
She's going to work, and windows are smashed, and there are zombies walking about. I just can't do it. Like,
it's so funny. If you haven't watched it, it is. It's.
He's just that oblivious to the zombie apocalypse happening around him.
But he eventually realizes, and then it's a whole thing of like saving people, and a whole situation goes down with his girlfriend and her family, and
Riley just rolling his eyes like, good lord.
It has serious moments. It's its own film worthy of its own credit. It's an older film, but those that like. Those who understand when I say it, if they know about it, the Cornetto trilogy films. It's part of that, and just the duo of actors themselves are just amazing.
Basically, Lani, there's always a meme if they have to have Cornetto ice cream in these films.
Oh, good lord!
Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz.
There is a challenge for anyone that's interested. If you've watched this trio of films, you have to have, what is it? Hold on, let me get it right. 12 of those ice creams per film. 2 boxes of each. So you have to have 12 strawberry ones, 12 nut and chocolate ones, and then 12 mint ones. I had to have 4 boxes of strawberry ones because I don't really like ice cream. But I almost did it. I didn't do the final 2 boxes.
Damn. I didn't know either. I'm learning so many things.
But yeah.
And Hot Fuzz. Can't watch Hot Fuzz because it scares me.
That's actually not the horror.
About a possessed village, Lani.
A possessed village.
It's just people doing weird shit.
Resident Evil Village movie.
Yeah.
I know I did watch a full playthrough of Resident Evil Village. I was a brave bean. I watched it. I got through it. It's only really the first bit that I got spooked by.
The rest of it, I heard from a few people that the back end of the game was kind of eh.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard it's quite a good game.
Oh, I have
The
no
more I've heard
doubts.
about it, the more I want to play it because I really enjoyed 7. It's
Never
not
played
my favorite
7.
game by any stretch. Not my favorite game by any stretch of the means, but 7 was good. Like I haven't played many Resident Evil games, I'll be honest, but
Yeah.
7 done a mix of survival horror aspects. It's the anticipation.
As long as you didn't play 6, you're all good. 6 was
I haven't
terrible.
played 6. No.
Good. 6 was terrible. I played 6.
But 8 seems to follow on gameplay style wise very similar to what 7 was, and if that's the case, I'm intrigued because 7 was so fun to play.
If you know, you know. Or Ethan.
I don't know, so yeah.
Yeah.
You've been good enough to tell what happened, haven't you?
Feels for Ethan. We need feels.
But all I'm gonna say, right? I know that it makes sense when you know what happens at the end. But the amount of times that man loses a hand or a limb or
I'm 7, right?
and an extreme amount of blood, and you have to sit there and you have to watch it. Right, okay, I'm going to say this because this did make me scream. 100% transparency made me scream. Is when he's running from...
Spoiler alert, maybe?
No.
I'm saying for people who might be listening.
No, because it happens within, like, the... Everyone thinks the whole game is Vampire Lady. That's where the spoilers come from. Not going to expand beyond that. But there's a scene with Vampire Lady, as you can probably expect, based on what her, like, killing method is with her nails, as you do. When he goes up to escape, and he goes to pull on this handlebar, and the next thing you know, your hands are and your arms are about, and then he's just walking around like nothing happened. And I'm like, what are you doing, mate? So, first 10 minutes of the game, he gets his left hand gnawed, so it's walking around like this. Those fingers don't grow back, but then magically glues his hand back on, and then he looks after like 10 minutes, oh look, it's reattached, and I can move my fingers. And then he goes again and he gets like his leg bitten off by something. That comes back. Nah, it was literally right. He went to go escape, pull on this thing, and next thing you know, the hand's off, and I was just like.
You don't do with horror stuff, do you?
But I did watch a playthrough. Admittedly, I had to watch Super Butter Buns play it because it was the full playthrough, but it was just a comedy in the background. He's so funny.
Super Butter Buns is so funny.
You have to send me that because I want to watch it. Send it to me, Rileyy.
Oh, it was so funny.
She has.
There's the vampire lady. Oh yes, take me. Let me just see that death animation one more time.
She has done a series of videos of certain games for beginners, and they are so worth the watch. There's a Breath of the Wild one, there's a Kingdom Hearts 3 one.
KH3 Remind. If you want to play KH3 Remind and know how to do secret boss fights, I would watch Super Butter Buns because I managed to beat 4 of them after years.
It's free to watch and actually informative. It's I
was doing it from order the whole time. I learned from my mistakes.
But yeah,
funny.
Resident Evil is a game I want to play. You don't like horror stuff.
No, I never Resident Evil.
We have a wager, Rileyy. We have a wager on something.
I know. I'm gonna have to do it in the daylight. Everything open. I'm gonna have to shut all the doors so nothing can get in. Oh,
the door has a lock. You know that, right?
I know the door has a lock. I can't do it. When I was making Dragon Beast, God bless his son, doing his Dragon Isu freaking postcard, which has terrified me, and I can never look. I had to have all of the lights on. Then I couldn't do it, and all I was doing was looking at reference images of what this vampire lady looked like.
You're a pure soul. Yeah, you don't like the idea of me just playing Mortal Kombat 11 in the same room, do you?
No, it's disgusting. How can you play Mortal Kombat? It's disgusting.
Mortal Kombat's a great
fighting game, and then suddenly finish screens and someone's head comes off along with their spine.
Yeah, some of the finishes are they're a bit full on, and funny enough, I think Luke finds funny. Fayla actually likes Mortal Kombat. Luke.
Who?
Holloway. You know my chat often.
Oh.
Yeah, she loves Mortal Kombat.
Okay, I'm gonna go watch the Mortal Kombat film, but I know that Rileyy won't. Yeah, Rileyy won't be coming.
It's okay, Rileyy. We could just hang out a Discord call. It's okay. I got you.
And then I can come back and tell you all about the details of what happened in the Kombat film.
I think it's just No, I had a very unpleasant experience once when I was little. It was Halloween, and since then I've just been like, no.
I don't blame you. Like Mortal Kombat is one of those series that's just very full on. Like it's in your face with everything.
It's just a satisfying game to play, like fighting mechanic wise, and then like knowing that you can beat someone online, and then just to truly, and bad choice of wording, I'm sure, but rub salt into the wound. Like you can just end it off with a fatality or brutality of some brutality if you know what you're doing with the game, and it's just so satisfying.
If anyone has ever played Final Fantasy 15, the original, before they patched it, the fuckers, right? And I say this because of what they did. There's a level, and I can say this because it's been out ages now. There's a level in Final Fantasy 15 where you're playing as Noctis and you're just as Noctis, and your whole teammates have gone because Prompto's gone with Ardy, and I think Ignis is doing his DLC episode at the time, and Gladio is also with Ignis. No, it's fun.
I haven't played 15.
They've patched it. So you don't have to do this bit now if you don't want to. It's optional because I think so many people had panic attacks.
Yeah.
There's this scene with Noctis that you play. It's a whole episode by yourself, and you don't have any powers, don't have any weapons, but you have to go through these really thin, dark tunnels, and there's jump scares every 5 minutes. And if an enemy gets you, then you've either got to wrestle and run, and they're chasing after you like.
That sounds scary.
And I was like, oh my god, I really want Luke to play this. I really want Matt to play this. And then what did I do when they get to this level? Do you want to play as Noctis? Or do you want to play as insert name here, spoiler character? And I'm just like, you what? You can skip this whole jump scare segment. You what? Because you know when you get to that end of the game and you're like, oh, you know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, dark. I'm just going to like soldier on through this. That's the point I was at. So I was like, okay, this is like the level with Noctis. The end game is in sight. I can do this. No. It is the most terrifying thing when you've got no weapons, nothing, and you have to go down dark, scary alleyways, and then the only thing you see are red eyeballs in the distance.
Oof.
No. So for all of you that can skip it now, go for it. You're welcome. The original people that played it saved you from a horrible, horrible experience.
Yeah, I have Royal Edition. I have the Royal Edition digital download for PlayStation, so I look forward to that because that's got all the DLC and everything. So eventually, when I get to 15, I will have so many hours of things to do. But next week, I will be. This week I will be consumed by Intergrade. So I will see you. Yeah. That's gonna be so good.
That's a couple of days. God.
Yes, so I'll be playing that on stream. I'm really excited. No more untextured textures. It's gonna be so nice. Can't wait. Oh, some people apparently got it early. I don't know how. Probably like a bit of like shenanigans with like consoles and like hacking and stuff. But they fixed the door textures, so there's a lot of jokes going around with the certain things. So I'm just like, oh. I'll explain later. It's something something within a specific part of the fandom that I can't really talk about.
Look, okay.
Yeah, I'll explain after. But it looks good. I've had to like quickly scroll past, but I've seen bits and pieces like, oh my god, this looks so good, and like the fog and the lighting effects. I'm just like, I'm going to be so happy playing that on Thursday for me. Thursday for me, but Wednesday for everybody else, because I'm in the future, so I get game releases before you, so take that.
It's right, everyone, because Lani still hasn't played KH3, so...
Wow, we're dropping that bombshell again. Wow!
August, Rileyy, I'll be in my new place. It's going to be a big event. You're already scheming over there with everything. How's that going?
I'm so excited. I'm trying to, like, now that I know that our art stuff is being sorted, and like that, as soon as that's done, I'm going to be able to do everything. I'm going to have to stop myself from crying, so I'm going to have to listen to the KH3 playlist at the same time. There's a lot of KH emotions going on inside my body right now, and every time I see Ephemera on the screen, it's like, so,
yeah, I've been told I'll need a lot of tissues, apparently.
But yes, the KH3, yes.
And then I gotta go on to the DLC, and then I can finally play Melody of Memory. I stare at that game all the time, like, I can't play it yet!
Do you see now? Luke finished it today. Do you understand now why Lani can't play it?
Yes, I do, yeah. I mean, I've seen you complete it before anyway, but I finally completed my file today, and Very fun game. But yeah, I understand.
I did actually learn an interesting fact about it today.
Really?
So I have to tell you that later.
I thought it was going to be a podcast thing. Never mind.
No, because I can't give spoilers for Lani.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
am such a scrub. I am getting there though.
You can't play Melody in Memory yet, Lani. You have to beat 3 first.
My chat sport Melody and Memory though, everyone. My mother finally got a KH game. She's not going to understand shit.
No.
But
But it's
she's
Disney.
playing Melody and Memory. But it's
That's exactly the reason why it's great. But yeah,
Yeah, that's gonna be.
I'm excited for you to play KS3.
Yep, I'm going to cry and I will have
drop those sub bombs. It's gonna be great.
no sub
Everyone's
bombs.
gonna be donating bits.
Nope.
Just for the corgis.
Corgis? What?
The corgi cheer emotes. Have you seen the corgi cheer emote?
Oh yeah, I have, yeah.
Yeah. Just do it. Do it for the corgis.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but
spending
corgis.
money
Yeah,
on
for
me.
corgis.
No, bad. No. Naughty. Not happening.
Go on Twitter, hashtag do it for the corgis and at Lani.
Why?
Because of reasons.
Do it for the raccoons.
Do it for the raccoon.
No!
Someone is a raccoon.
My
Someone is the raccoon from Context.
It is not a raccoon!
Oh,
No, that'd be my baby bean, my little cub. That would be my summon, as it is in my art that I have had made previously. So
Dressed up as a raccoon.
What?
she is not being put in a raccoon costume.
Time.
No, Freya.
Lani thought about it then.
Look,
No.
it could be a Halloween Town costume.
No,
It could be like one of those Chihuahua costumes. You know, where
she's
they
not a Chihuahua.
and they come running towards you.
No, she's not a Chihuahua. You hacker. Alright, I think that's where we'll leave today, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed listening. If you're watching on YouTube, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Leave some comments down below about some of the questions that we asked you guys. And hit the subscribe button so you know when the next one is live. We do these podcasts weekly. And then the next week we'll have episode 10. We'll be on to double digits.
Oh my god!
Be good.
We'll have to do something special for that. I don't know what, but we'll think.
Well,
It's our E3 reaction.
Oh yeah, it will happen
Yeah.
before 10. Oh.
We might have to do a special video one then because we'll be reacting to E3.
That could be a cool idea.
So I think we'll do that, yeah. But thank you guys for listening. Enjoy your week, and we'll be back same time, same place, same shenanigans. Bye, everybody.
Bye!